Last week, a friend of mine on Facebook, Deb, tagged me because Random Rescuer, Haley is her name, had posted a request for some help because little Thomas here, he doesn't have functionality of his legs, and they were looking for someone to maybe help design something that could assist with him being able to start exercising. So I responded and said, yeah, hey, I make stuff. Let's see what we can do. So starting in FreeCAD as always, I had to design some corners. So I started by creating a square and then creating a sweep path that I'm going to use to create an additive pipe, and that will give us the basic plastic corners that I want to use. So see, we're going to sweep that square along this curved path here, and then went in and just took the edge off of the corners of the square because they look better filleted like that. And then a couple of pockets on either side. That's where the aluminum extrusions will fit into it, reinforcing the center a little bit so that it is less likely to crack. And then some magic happened here. I lost a bit of footage. This is what I ended up with, so sorry for skipping a whole bunch of steps, but this is the final design that I ended up with for the bottom corners. So I brought it into Simplify 3D. I wanted to use PETG for this because PETG is quite a bit more stable than PLA, so I printed it on my little Ender 3 Pro. Now here we are cutting some aluminum. And of course, whenever you cut aluminum, you have to deburr it. There's the first corner that got printed. That required deburring as well. And let's go with some test fitting here. Let's see how it goes. I found that I had to do a little bit of shaving. I didn't quite get the dimensions bang on, but it was close. I found with just a little bit of shaving, I was able to squeeze them on. I got a really nice tight friction fit and a bit of a tappy tap there to get it snugged up nicely. And everything was going swimmingly. We were off to a really good start here.
Oh, hello. Life is an endless series of train wrecks with only brief commercial-like breaks of happiness. Time to return to our regularly scheduled program.
No!
So yeah. So now I had to get the insert portion out of the aluminum extrusion. Was not easy. That took a while. I had to try a bunch of different things. So back to working with the aluminum, always deburring all the pieces. I designed and printed some bracing for the bottom because I didn't want it racking, because those plastic corners will crack very quickly if it's able to rack. And then some bracing for the uprights as well.
Oh, hello.
And then once everything was squeezed all together, then I got some really thin CA glue and put it into all the seams just to try to hold everything together. Frankly, I'm not quite sure how strong that CA glue is. I don't know how much of a difference it'll make, but if it helps at all, then why not? And that's the frame in its final completion. Now we have to make the sling. So when using TPU on a PEI bed, any flexible filament on a PEI bed, I always spray some hairspray on the bed. Otherwise, getting the pieces off is an absolute nightmare. And with slings printed, now we can start making some tethers. So here I am just cutting some, is it polypropylene rope? I forget, I think it's polypropylene. And then using heat just to keep the ends from fraying. Then I went to Michael's and I got some jewelry hardware, which allowed me to, oh yeah, and of course little things went flying, which allowed me to put these lobster claw ends on them so that they could be attached to the eyelets on the sling. So there it is. That's the Physio frame for Thomas. So now I've got some footage that the rescue took of him. That's the first try. The original sling that you saw printed in this video didn't quite support him very well. It needed more sternum support. So I ended up slightly modifying the design and then printing new ones. Printing a new one and then sending it over. So hopefully, I haven't heard back yet on whether the updated sling design is better. But that's Thomas getting to know me a little bit when we were introducing him to the sling. And that's very sweet. This video was taken by Haley from the rescue. Oh, and he got one of my cat beds too. If you follow my channel, you know that I make cat beds. So that's Thomas's Physio frame, and I'm looking forward to hearing how it's going, and I will let you guys know in upcoming shorts and reels. And that's all for this one. Thanks, guys. Catch you on the next one.